Good afternoon. We'll give just a moment to clear the waiting room. Good afternoon. This is the voting hearing of the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Wednesday, June 26th, 2024. While the public is encouraged to attend, there will be no additional testimony accepted this afternoon. This hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the city of Boston's website. We'll begin with the license premise inspection hearing, which occurred yesterday, Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. Item number 1, Boston Ballroom Corporation doing business as Royale, located at 279 Tremont Street. Date of the incident, October 21st, 2023. Assault and battery, employee on patron in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A. And assault and battery, patron on employee in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
Thanks, Danny. For this particular one, I can't tell from what was shared at the hearing whether or not the staff response was reasonable. The testimony was that there was a breakdown in staff and management communication, and to me, that's a real problem. They were focused on the fact that the video, that this happened in a blind spot, and while the video may not have captured what actually happened, we will never know because the communication up to the management level was very lacking. So for those reasons, I'm concerned that we don't have enough. I'm concerned that we don't have enough to determine whether or not this was a reasonable response. So I see a violation.
Yeah, I saw a violation maybe for a slightly different reason. I think that what we had, I mean, they admitted that there was a battery, and when they know there's a battery, they need to come with better evidence justifying the defense of self-defense. So I think you're saying kind of the same stuff, but I mean, for me,
Yes.
it was clear that they knew there was a battery, and especially what they admitted to, what their employees said to the police, and how they kind of tried to hide what had really gone on. I thought they lost a lot of credibility, and we said in the past that if they come with video, they can help themselves a lot, and maybe they need to think about having video on this stairwell. So that's all. I think that's all I have to say.
Yeah, and without the video, especially, we need to have the internal reports, and so that was lacking as well. So, I do find a violation on both the battery and then also the lack of management.
I have one more comment that we're hearing more and more. Oh, we didn't get this this incident report to 4 or 5 months later. Not acceptable. I mean, they were aware that something happened that night. They have sophisticated enough equipment that they should have preserved the video for their own purposes. The amount of time it takes for these incident reports to make it through BPD and to us into the licensed premise has nothing to do with what happened. They cannot shift the blame to the fact that this was 4 or 5 months late. And I will repeatedly say that because it is not something I'm going to accept at a hearing.
I agree.
So it sounds like we are unanimous in a violation as to the disposition of the violation. I'm looking at the history right now. There was an assault and battery employee on patron earlier this year, for instance, back in December, where the board issued a first warning.
You said it was the first warning in December?
The incident was in December. The board
Oh.
issued the warning in May last month.
So second warning?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. But then also correspondence, just to mention the preserving the video and then also communication to management.
Second warning, correspondence relaying the importance of preserving video. We can send a copy of our advisory about that exact topic, and also making sure to notify management.
And also just clear communication to the board. Like, as you both of you were talking, they just it was kind of an intentional lack of disclosure of who was really involved in the incident.
Thank you. Item number 2, 150 Canal Street, Inc., located at 150 Canal Street, date of the incident, January 1st, 2024. Assault and battery, patron versus patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
I saw no violation here. Staff did call the police. The testimony was that this happened inside very quickly. The patron was jumped by a bunch of people. I didn't see that there was any indication that staff could have prevented this.
I saw it the same way.
Right, it was not foreseeable, yes.
Item number 3, Galway Inc., doing business as The Harp, located at 85 Causeway Street, date of the incident, December 24th, 2023. Assault and battery, patron on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A.
I was also concerned here whether or not this place was properly staffed on this night, given that it was the second night of a concert. To me, all those things are foreseeable. The testimony was that they were properly staffed, fully staffed, but it was a slow night. This person, the concert was getting out, this person was sucker punched. The assistant manager on duty said he did not see something happened inside and escalated outside, but I don't think there's anything more that the staff could have done to prevent this. I do want to note, I think this is the one where they did not save video.
That is correct.
So I don't see a violation, but I do want to send correspondence to the licensee regarding preserving video.
I agree on all points.
I agree as well.
No violation. Correspondence from the board regarding the preservation of video. Item number 4, MWGW Carver Grand Lodge, Inc., located at 70 to 80 Talbot Ave in Dorchester. Date of the incident, January 28th, 2024. Intoxicated individual requiring EMS in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64. And also parking issues with no staff assigned to assist and move patrons out in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
Based upon the testimony at the hearing, I don't think I think there was more that they could have done as far as parking issues, but I don't see a violation. I definitely think this is a complicated license that we will try to work through some of the issues with them, but I think it's important that they share with us in writing what the dispersal plan is. I'd like to just be reassured from the board's perspective that they have a plan in place for these rare nights where they said that they have these really large events.
Yeah, I think by the time we got to the bottom of it, I saw no violations. I think we spoke to them about the things we were concerned about. I think they took it to heart, so that's where I was at.
Yeah, I agree. If correspondence is needed, we can do that, but.
So it sounds like no violation. We're requesting a dispersal plan. Commissioner Saxon, you would like correspondence sent, or?
The request is fine, that's fine.
Item number 5 was not heard. That will be, we will attempt to contact the licensee. Item number 6, Paga Inc., doing business as Nick's Venue, located at 100 Warrenton Street. Date of the incident, April 14th, 2024. Intoxicated patron on premise in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64. Assault and battery, patron on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A. And failure to cooperate with Boston Police and Boston Fire in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.14b.
We're still waiting on the internal report and the video from the licensee. My vote is to defer until we receive those things and review them.
Sounds good.
Vote will be deferred. Item number 7, Game On Fenway LLC, doing business as Game On Sports Cafe, located at 72 to 82 Lansdowne Street. Date of the incident, April 18th, 2024. Intoxicated underage person on premise in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
I found a violation.
I agree. I had a comment about just credibility, and if they want to be believed in a situation like this, they need to show that they took it seriously from the get-go. And I felt like they really dropped the ball on that one. So I saw a violation.
Yep, nothing to add. I saw a violation as well.
Okay, violation unanimously as to the disposition. Let me pull up their,
I don't think they have a history of this. I'll let you confirm.
yep, the last time they were before us for a serving of well, they were before us once for serving of minors in 2023, where the board found no violation.
So my vote is for a written warning, first warning.
Yep, agreed.
I agree.
Violation and a warning. Item number 8, Game On Fenway LLC, doing business as Game On Sports Cafe located at 72 to 82 Lansdowne Street. Date of the incident, April 6th, 2024. Patron injured on premise in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64. Failure to call 911 in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.14B. Any change of manager required in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64.
I didn't think there was enough to determine whether or not this patron was actually injured on the premise. It was an unfortunate, definitely an unfortunate situation, but I wasn't able to get to a violation here.
Yeah, I agree. I think that unlike the previous one, it seemed like taking them at their word, they took this one seriously, and I thought they were credible, and I saw no violation.
I agree on all points.
No violation. Item number 9, Ipswich Entertainment, Inc., doing business as Loretta's Last Call, located at 1 Lansdowne Street. Date of the incident, April 9th, 2024. Overcrowding, 171 on mechanical count, capacity 134 on setup number 1, house count 132, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Board's Rule 1.03J and 1.06A and F.
I see a violation. Red Sox home opener, overcrowding. I didn't really follow the story about why it was so surprising. Just to me, it's a straight up violation.
I agree.
Yeah, it was quite foreseeable. Yep.
Violation, there is a history from the most recent time they were overcrowded was from an incident in October of 2021. The board in January of 2022 issued a first warning.
I think that's far enough away that this could still be a first warning.
I very much agree. Yep.
Okay, violation of
I
the
agree.
first warning. Moving on to the transactional hearing, which occurred this morning, Wednesday, June 26th, 2024. Item number 1, WCH Fenway LLC, doing business as Dave's Hot Chicken, located at 1260 Boylston Street, has applied for a common victular license. Manager David Medeiros, hours of operation 10:30 a.m. to 1 a.m.
I vote to approve. I want to hold off on approving the patio until we get more information. And can review it.
Sounds good.
Item number 2, Three Brothers Fenway Park, Inc., doing business as the Halal Guys, also at 1260 Boylston Street, has applied for a common victular license. Manager David Medeiros, hours of operation 10:30 a.m. to 1 a.m.
I vote to approve.
I do as well.
I agree.
Item number 3, Mini Donut Diva LLC, doing business as Eatery on Broad, located at 45 Broad Street, has applied for a common victular license. Manager Melissa Frediloso, hours of operation 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Danny, just want to make a note on 1 and 2. I would like them to put a plan in writing for us regarding third-party deliveries and how they're going to manage pickup and takeout. Which brings me to number 3. I think they do have a good plan in place in number 3. He was able to explain it clearly about how they are going to manage the takeout. So back to number 3, my vote would be to approve.
I vote to approve as well.
I agree.
Thank you. Just a clarifying question on item number 3. Jeremy Joyce, you're saying you do not want a plan in writing, or you would request that as well for number 3?
BTD wants that in writing, correct? They asked us to get that in writing.
They asked us to ask these questions on the record.
I think it would be helpful with these places opening up. I just think these third-party delivery services are becoming more and more popular. It's changing the business concept. So if we could have that in writing, that would be great.
If we have it in writing, maybe docketed, we have something to refer back to.
Yes.
If they start writing violations for it, we can have them locked into what they said they were gonna do.
Great. So for all 3, we will request a written plan for the use of third-party delivery and takeout services that the board will docket, acknowledge, have on the record going forward. Great. Item number 4, Cantina Hospitality LLC, doing business as Taco Bell, located at 1084 Boylston Street, has applied for a common victular license. Manager Neka Thessalis, and revised hours that they are applying for are Sunday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 2 a.m., Friday, Saturday, 8 a.m. to 2:30 a.m.
I vote to approve, but also request the transportation plan in writing, the third-party delivery plan in writing that we can docket it.
I agree.
I agree.
Thank you. Granted, we will request the written submission of a plan for third-party delivery similar to 1 through 3. Item number 5, the Stop and Shop Supermarket Co. LLC doing business as Starbucks at Stop and Shop number 2489 located at 305 Guest Street in Brighton has applied for a common victular license. Manager George Vecchione, hours of operation 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 6, 40 to 41 Anderson Street LLC located at 41 Anderson Street has applied for a lodging house license. Manager Barry Samuels.
I actually think they had a good plan in place. I think they were able to describe the security measures and the management structure in a way that satisfied me with this application. I am concerned that they don't have their updated certificates yet, and I will give them an opportunity to get those in place. I do recognize the opposition, but my vote would be to approve this application.
Do we have any comments on, 1-day stays or anything like that? I mean, that's the one thing that gave me pause here.
I was gonna ask the same thing, whether there was like a way we can ask them, where are they advertising? Like, are they going to advertise on Airbnb and Vrbo or?
Okay. Are you looking to limit the stays to like no less than 3 days?
I'm not fully aware of what our authority is on, like, limiting to a certain amount of days, because one part of the presentation was it's for, professionals and patients or visitors at the hospital, but that doesn't really, the 3 days average doesn't really seem to fit with that. So
They,
I don't know if we can approve it only for certain amount of stay, day length stays or anything like that, but I did have reservations because if you're having people stay for a month here and there and then 3 days here and there, it just seems like their average. If it's a true average, it's a little low for the kind of mix that they're saying that they're marketing to. So I did have some hesitation. I don't feel like I'm so against it, but
We can defer, get some more information because of the opposition.
yeah, it just gives me pause. I'm like 1-day stays doesn't really seem to fit with what they're saying it's the purpose of it is.
Chairman Joyce, are you saying you would like to defer so we can find that answer? I do not know the answer off the top of my head as to whether or not we can limit the night of stays in the way that you're asking.
I just wanted to ask, I thought Commissioner Curran was concerned with where they're advertising and you wanted more information about how they're advertising their
oh
stays?
no, that was my concern.
Oh, sorry. So we want to look into what our powers are to limiting the minimum number of days, okay?
Yeah, because I feel like if that's an option for us, I might vote to impose that. If
Okay.
not, I probably would I'd err on the side of saying yes, because I don't want to say no. But I think I do have the same concerns about very short stays, especially if they're happening constantly. There's just a constant stream of 1 and 2 days, all the time. I don't think that that's what they're asking us to see this as, and I would have a lot of concern about that. I mean, an occasional, 3-day stay might be, it might just happen, but what they want us to really see here is, longer stays for like maybe, short-term contracts for people working at the hospital or patients in for treatment or people visiting a patient or something like that, So I believe if we do have the power to impose that limit, I would want to vote for at least a small limit, 3-day minimum, something like that.
And that's why I was curious about where they're advertising, because if they are advertising on Airbnb, you are naturally going to get those 1 and 2 day requests. But if they're advertising like directly to the hospital or through some sort of third party that concentrates and like limits their clients to those long terms, then it wouldn't be a problem.
Great. So if the board is requesting a deferral to find this out, I will make sure we have an answer to this by our next voting hearing in 2 weeks. So that would be July 11th.
Thank you.
Absolutely. But will be deferred for more clarity around the board's power. That will be this will be up for a vote on July 11th. Item number 7, the Institute of Contemporary Art, Inc., located at 25 Harbor Shore Drive, has petitioned to change the manager to Kenneth Barrett Sweet.
I vote to approve Mr. Barrett Sweet as manager of record. I believe he has the appropriate character and fitness to serve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item number 8, Colwyn Management, Inc., doing business as Residence Inn by Marriott South End, Boston, located at 2001 Washington Street in Roxbury, has petitioned to change the manager to Tommy Brunson.
I vote to approve Mr. Brunson as manager of record. I believe he has the appropriate character and fitness to serve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 9, Eddie Merlot's LLC, doing business as Eddie Merlot's, located at 505 Congress Street, has petitioned to change the DBA to Sullivan Steakhouse.
I vote to approve the change of DBA.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 10, Pineapple Restaurant Group Boston LLC, doing business as the Trophy Room at Stay Pineapple Boston, located at 22 to 28 Chandler Street, has petitioned for a change of officers, directors, LLC managers.
I vote to approve the change of officers, directors, and LLC managers.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 11, 280 Friend Street Fee LLC, doing business as Hotel Indigo Boston, located at 280 Friend Street, has petitioned for the approval of a management agreement between 280 Friend Street Fee LLC and JGRD LLC.
I vote to approve. Oh no, we're gonna defer this one, right?
I mean, I felt we could say yes and hold it until because if we approve this too fast, there might be like a gap in that, in the management, the proper management, so we could defer it. Or Danny, did you have an opinion as what?
You're correct, Mr. Curran. If the board is concerned about having the change of manager application at the same time, either the board could defer this and vote for both at the same time, or vote to approve this today and hold on sending it any further until the change of manager application accompanies it. So either way would have the same effect.
My vote would be to hold it.
I agree.
Okay.
Good.
Deferred, basically until the board receives and acts on a change of manager application. Item number 12, Pasta Beach Rose Wharf LLC, doing business as Pasta Beach, located at 30 Rose Wharf, has petitioned to change the closing hour to 1 a.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 13, Boston Restaurant Bar and Grills LLC, located at 1263 River Street in Hyde Park, has petitioned to change the closing hour to 1 a.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 14, Anthony's Market, Inc., doing business as Anthony's Market, located at 407 Meridian Street in East Boston, has petitioned to change the category to a retail package store, all alcoholic beverages.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
This applicant had stated that they had agreed to sell no nips. Is this a condition the board would like to see on the face of the license?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Granted with a no nips condition. Item 15, Russian Benevolent Society, doing business as Crystal Restaurant Garage Room, located at 14 to 20 Linden Street in Alston, has petitioned to transfer the license to Kirian & Co. Inc., doing business as Jana Grill and Bar at the same location. Surin Kirian manager, 2 a.m. closing hour. Has also petitioned to amend the description of the premise to approximately 3,000 square feet on lower level of 3-story commercial building. Entrance exit accessed by outdoor patio on private property. Table seating for 124 patrons and bar seating for 13 patrons. Kitchen and bathrooms located in left of space. annual weather permitting outdoor patio, approximately 2,000 square feet on private property, with seating for 80 patrons, closing hour 2 a.m. Thirdly, has petitioned to pledge the license to Russian Benevolent Society, Inc. And lastly, has petitioned to remove all conditions from the license, including not to open prior to 4 p.m., alcoholic beverages to be served only in conjunction with meals except in the lounge, and bottle service allowed.
Thanks, Danny. I vote to approve the transfer of the license. I vote to approve Mr. Kurian as manager of record. I believe he does have the appropriate character and fitness to serve. I am gonna mention on the record that he did testify today that he will be there 40 hours a week. I also vote to approve the amended description and the pledge, and to remove the conditions on the license.
I vote to approve all. I did have a concern, like in the eventual, the possibility that in a few years, things don't go well for this operator and the license ends up back in the hand of Russian Benevolent. Maybe our docket can reflect, you know, what the state was when it was transferred. I wouldn't want to see maybe a successor board in 5 years have this back in front of them, Russian Benevolent. They take it back and they want to open again under their own name. You know.
So can you put a condition on the pledge? Can we?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I don't know. I mean,
If they are transferring it again, I think that would be, so you just want to register this board's concerns on the docket with it
Yeah.
back to Russian Benevolent Society.
yeah, because like, say this operator fails, and it, you know, in satisfaction of the loan, the license goes back to Russian Benevolent, and they think, you know, all three of us are gone, maybe, and they're like, we're just going to open up again.
The license would need to be transferred back. It would require a whole new process before any subsequent board to transfer back. It would not
Yeah.
automatically revert back.
I just want to make sure that institutional memory stays with us or anybody else who might succeed us.
Danny, could you put an asterisk in the docket? That any future transfer, they should refer to this, the entire history of this license.
Yeah, I'm making a note to myself right now, but what that would look like. So it seems like the board right now is granting all that is in front of it, but would like to docket the concern should any future transfer revert back to the Russian Benevolent Society to refer back to the full history.
Mhm.
Does
Now,
that
the violations that are attached to this,
will follow the license?
okay.
Yeah,
Do they have to come back to us? Right now, they're indefinitely closed.
They are indefinitely suspended right now, so the board also has to act to lift that in order to affect this transfer.
Okay, so
And
the
that was-
license should come back.
We're essentially lifting that indefinite suspension right now as we're doing this.
This is correct.
Okay. Noted.
Okay, does that satisfy the board for this matter?
Yeah, I just wanted to have something there.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 16, Street Prince LLC located at 48 Temple Place has petitioned to transfer the license and the location to Papare LLC doing business as Papare Ristorante located at 358 to 364 Hanover Street. Frank Polino, manager, 12 a.m. closing hour.
I vote to approve the transfer.
I vote to approve as well.
I agree.
Item 17, BMS After Dark Inc. doing business as 3380 Bar and Grill located at 3380 Washington Street in Jamaica Plain has petitioned to transfer the license and the location to Street Prince LLC doing business at Hobgoblin located at 48 Temple Place. Atip Comwise as manager, 2 a.m. closing hour.
I vote to approve the transfer.
I agree.
I agree.
Moving on to non-hearing transactions, the following are applying for a new common victular license at a previously licensed location. Item 1, Starbucks Corporation doing business at Starbucks Coffee located at 540 Commonwealth Ave. Manager Bridget Cortez, hours of operation 5 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 2, DJ's Market, doing business as DJ's Market, located at 120 Boston Street in Dorchester. Manager Alina Morris. Hours of operation 8 AM to 6 PM.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 3, Life Alive Cafe LLC, doing business as Life Alive Organic Cafe, located at 435 South Huntington Ave in Jamaica Plain. Manager Leah Dubois. Hours of operation 7 AM to 9 PM.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 3, 6OI Kitchen Corp., doing business as 6OI Kitchen, located at 1459 Dorchester Ave in Dorchester. Manager Tinu Nok Tran. Hours of operation 8 AM to 5 PM.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Item 4, Sunday Bakery Corporation, doing business as Sunday Bakery, located at 418 Market Street in Brighton. Manager Shukin Sun. Hours of operation 9 AM to 9 PM.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
And item 5, Boston Donor King Inc., doing business as Boston Donor, located at 55 Causeway Street. Manager Muhammad Umair Ajaz. Hours of operation 10 AM to 2:30 AM.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Following is applying to make changes to their existing common victular license. Air Ventures LLC, doing business as Hudson's Coffee, located within Logan Airport Terminal E in East Boston, has petitioned to change the DBA from Hudson's Coffee to George Howell Coffee.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
Following has applied for a series of one-day amendments to their existing license. AHF Speedway Holdings LLC, doing business as the Charles River Speedway, located at 1420 to 1440 Soldiers Field Road, has applied for a series of one-day amendments to include a month-long extension for the vendors on their extended patio space from July 1st to the 30th from 12 PM to 11 PM.
I vote to approve.
I agree.
I agree.
The board has before them a list of applications for special one-day alcoholic beverages licenses, which have been administratively reviewed by staff and approved by the board. And on old and new business, we have 2 items for acknowledgement. The first is the board has received a written security plan from Brood Intentions LLC, doing business as Fourth Wall, 228 Tremont Street. This was requested by the board following a violation hearing on May 23rd.
Okay.
It will be docketed and placed on the licensee's file. And item number 2 for acknowledgement, the board has received a notice of seizure from the Mass Department of Revenue for the 7-day malt wine and liqueurs license of Turnaround Sushi Inc., doing business as Crave Mad for Chicken, located at 75 Nealon Street, for the non-payment of their delinquent Massachusetts taxes.
Acknowledged.
Thank you. Those are all the items before the board today. That will adjourn this afternoon's voting hearing. Thank you all, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you.
Thank you.